there are a few things that I do want to give this Pope credit on. And remember, of course, he had forgiven the atheists. Oh, well, that's nice. That's a nice sentiment, I guess, even though we all believe that religion is bullshit. It's still nice to have that sentiment as in, oh, well, I guess I don't think us atheists are so bad after all.
Yeah, because believe it or not, atheists are capable of love as well. And they're also capable of doing nice things, and they're also capable of being a positive force in the universe.
Another point that I want to give the Pope credit on. When asked about gays and lesbians, he said, who am I to judge? Fair enough. Fair enough.
Right.
And, I also want to give him a little bit of credit for actually trying to look out for the poor. Like you're supposed to as a good Christian, which is kind of funny because you look at the so-called Christians in our country and in our government, and they are the complete opposite of what it means to be a Christian. And I want to give you some examples.
They follow Republican Jesus. That's what it is.
Right. Well, I'm gonna give them some examples from their own freaking book.
They don't read it, Jeff. What are you talking about?
Proverbs 14:21. Blessed is he who is kind to the needy. Proverbs 14:31. He who oppresses the poor shows contempt for their maker, but whoever is kind to the needy honors God. I got some more. Matthew 19:21. Jesus answered, if you want to be perfect, go, sell your possessions and give to the poor.
That was probably one of my favorite ones, I think.
John 3:17. If anyone has material possessions and sees his brother in need but has no pity on him, how can the love of God be in him? Dear children, let us not love with words or tongue, but with actions and in truth.
That is my favorite. That one right there. I like that one. That's like the anti-Republican anthem right there.
Maybe they should read their own fucking book.
If you seriously, if you read the Matthew, and there's a lot in the Bible that, that is good stuff. I'm telling you it's good stuff. Now, there's a lot of bad stuff, of course. But if you really kind of look down at what the Catholics claim to follow and all this stuff, you got some really good points. Now, Jeff, could you imagine Fox Propaganda Channel and Stuart Varney going up there and going, oh, well, yeah, I'm sure you can imagine that coming out of their mouths over there, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
All day long.
All day long, because.
But even the right-wing radio like Brian Fisher and all that. Do you listen to that garbage, that fucking crap? I feel like if you were to sit down with Brian Fisher and tell him, did you know that this was there? He'd go, no, not listening. And that's what nuns on the bus was basically saying. They were saying that the budget was too unfair to poor people, that it slashed them out of the equation and gave everything to the rich people. We as nuns, we as Catholics cannot get on board with that. In fact, we're so off the ship on that one, we're going to ride around the country and protest. So there are good religious strains of thought out there, but they're buried under the propaganda. It's everywhere. And it's this big concentrated effort. So that's why we have to talk about it.
I'm sorry, you cannot accept what other people tell you. You can't rely on your pastor. You can't rely on, especially places like Fox News, you can't rely on Brian Fisher to tell you what's really in the Bible. Right, and a lot of people do. Do you know what's not in the Bible? Nothing about contraception. Nothing about abortion. You know what is in the Bible? In Leviticus. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. Why are they not protesting at Red Lobster?
Well, why are they not protesting fracking? That basically taints the precious water that God puts on the earth.
They should be livid about anything that isn't completely and wholly 100% natural. And Leviticus also includes, banning tattoos and banning mixed fabrics and things like that. They're not protesting, fabric stores. They're not protesting tattoo parlors.
Gap. They're not sitting outside the Gap with signs that says you will burn in hell if you wear a sweater.
And Jeff, I know you. I don't know. You guys probably talk to religious fundamentalists. I've talked to a few of them, but they're really nice people, except that they live in fantasy world. Like complete fantasy. They go to bed in dreamland and they wake up in dreamland. And look, it must be nice. It must be really awesome because believe me, if I can live in fantasy land like that, you know, my brain always producing dopamine or whatever, the stuff that makes you happy. Hey, that'd be cool, right? You know, to imagine like flying unicorns in the sky and all this stuff. But when you if you actually read the Gospels, Jesus didn't really. That wasn't his core message. The core message was love, have support for poor people, have support for, you know, healthcare, have support for this. You know, it's not about the money. It's about your relationships with others on earth. It's about how the way that we're all interconnected.